According to the 2023 Uganda AIDS Commission's report on HIV/AIDS, out of 1.4 million people living with the disease in Uganda, 530,000 are male, while 890,000 are female. The report indicates a reduction in HIV prevalence among the adult population of age between 15 to 49 years to 5.1% by 2022 from 5.2% in 2021. Despite these reductions, the community of people living with AIDS in Uganda still suffers stigma and discrimination. To address the challenge, the Uganda Network of Young People Living with HIV/AIDS has, in collaboration with other partners such as TASO Uganda, launched the Young Positive Beauty Pageant, starting with the Central, Northern, Western and Eastern Uganda respectively.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor to launch the Y+ Beauty Pageant 2024.
Wanda's Ruth Mugisha from the Uganda Network for Young People Living with HIV/AIDS explained what entails the Y+ Beauty Pageant and its main objectives.
We have been doing this for over 10 years. This is our 11th year, and we are happening to start off with auditions, regional auditions in 4 districts. This is Kampala, Lira, Mayuge and Fort Portal. So if you have a young person living with HIV in those districts, please come in for the auditions. This is a worldwide network. Don't fear sending your young people. She
indicated reasons for using the pageant to cut down stigma and discrimination against HIV/AIDS positive people.
Singa bachewala nnyo. So kuvaayo ne tuyita abaana okwerepresentinga nga ba queens ne ba kings. Kiba kiyambako n'abaana abateesobola bano abeetya okubafunanga role models.
Now, if we are going to end AIDS as a public health threat in this country, the #1 tool we are going to use that is going to contribute majorly is to identify people living with HIV, empower them to live freely without stigma, take their medication well, because we have discovered that people living with HIV, when they take their medication well, they live healthy lives and they do not transmit HIV.
Dr. Sarah Nako, the community networking advisor to NAIDS, expressed worry over the number of babies born by partners living with HIV/AIDS, saying there is a lot to be done by the country.
When we break the statistics clearly show us that approximately 12 babies are born by mothers or by partners that are living with HIV on a weekly basis. That is a very big number. We need to end that. We've seen countries that have progressed in terms of ending or registering no baby born by partners or mothers that are living with HIV.
What is the missing link with the prevention of mother-child HIV transmission? Dr. Nak responded this way.
Many of our young mothers start on treatment when they are pregnant, but then drop off from the treatment after they have given birth. Some of them, due to economic hardships, they are unable to continue with treatment. Sometimes they prefer concentrating on earning resources, earning money, than sometimes even going back to pick up their treatment refills.
So tasekoze omulimu munene nnyo tuyinza okugamba nti olunaku olwaleero at least 85 ku 100 buli muntu ateekwa okuba nga afunyeeko ku mugaso oba mu bajjajjaabo oba mu baganda abo in distant relatives, at least olina kyoyinza okwogera ku bulungi bw'ekitongole kya TASO.
Trevor Emogel, the Mr. Y+ Uganda, called upon the government and other stakeholders to increase the budgetary funding for HIV/AIDS prevention. He sent a strong message to those living with HIV/AIDS and to those who are still negative.
We still have a lot to do on HIV funding. Most of our HIV prevention efforts are dwindling because the funding is not available, and so we request that we strengthen funding for the HIV/AIDS response. I also want to speak to the different stakeholders that are doing messaging and say that our messaging on HIV prevention is not consistent enough. I want to send a very pertinent message to all young people living with HIV that now is the time for you to feel comfortable and for you to know that as a person living with HIV, you are confident, you are strong, and you can live your dreams. For those who are still HIV negative, this is not a call for you to translate to become positive, but a call for you to protect your sexual health and remain HIV negative.
This year's Young Positive Beauty Pageant is organized under the theme Breaking Barriers, bridging gaps with a focus on creating opportunities for young people living with HIV/AIDS, increasing their representation in forums, and fostering a safer, more inclusive environment in Uganda. John Baptista Hunza, Church of Uganda, Family TV News at 8.